Money doesn't grow on trees. And this company wants to show you the value of a dollar. Has the stock spent too much time on the discount rack? Or will Dollar Tree leave investors seeing green?
Want more evidence that the non-China related bear market could at last be running its course? Look at Dollar Tree. This morning, the dollar store chain that also owns Family Dollar reported, and at first glance, the results were not so hot, which is why the stock initially got clobbered in pre-market trading, down roughly 5% at one point. Then the conference call got going, and the stock came roaring back, with Dollar Tree ultimately increasing more than 6%. Biggest gain in the S&P 500 today. So why the whiplash? Simple. The market found a silver lining, and it turned things around, something that probably wouldn't have happened before Fed Chief Jay Powell's comments yesterday. Okay, the company reported a mixed quarter, modest earnings beat with almost but not quite in line revenues, just 1% same-store sales growth when Wall Street was looking for about 1.4. The core Dollar Tree biz doing fine, up 2.3%. Family Dollar down 0.4%. And management's guidance for the next quarter viewed as disappointing, and they lowered the high end of the full-year earnings forecast. All that was in the press release. The problem was the Family Dollar stores. However, there was some real bullishness here in the conference call. Family Dollar stores the company renovated have been putting up some excellent numbers. Management's accelerating the renovation schedule. Dollar Tree's management stressed at this point on the conference call, which is why the stock rebounded. So could this be the beginning of the rebound for a stock that's been languishing all year that you know I have loved? Let's take a closer look at Gary Philbin. He's the president and CEO of Dollar Tree. Find out more about the quarter, where the company's headed. Mr. Philbin, welcome to Mad Money. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, Jim.
Thank you so much for coming on, Gary. Thank you. First of all, it looks like for those of us who've been frustrated because we love our Dollar Tree, but our Family Dollar store is not necessarily as nice, this might have been the beginning.
I think so. It was an important call for us to add clarity to really what our strategy is. And from the very beginning, we've said we need to fix the stores. And the confidence we have now, Jim, with the renovations is where we said, let's put our foot to the pedal and go for the renovations up to 1,000 next year.
Well, you've got 8,000, so I mean, it really could be a multi-year rollout of renovation and better numbers.
Well, we think so, just not renovations. I should say at least a minimum, because I would say let's shoot for 1,000 and do more if we can.
Okay.
But I do see it being a multi-year trajectory to really get to an inflection point. I need as many stores done with renovations that allows me to have confidence that the stores ahead of me, I have as many behind me.
Right.
So it's just a sheer equation of arithmetic at this point.
Well, you know, I've always loved your stock, and the reason is because there's so many snobs on Wall Street, but I like my Dollar Tree that's near Asbury Park. I like my Dollar Tree that is in the Hamptons. But best of all was the Dollar Tree I always went to with my late father, with Pop. I even took pictures of it because he liked the candy aisle so much. Do you think people... There we go. Do you think Wall Street doesn't go enough to the stores? Because my father always said, this can't be only for $1. This can't be only for $1.
Well, if they do go, they're not always our primary customer.
Okay,
I think it's our customer that shops us every day because it's a thrill of the hunt, or maybe she needs us, or maybe it's just that surprise. And if there's a time to go and discover Dollar Tree for the first time, come during December. If you're going to wrap bags, trim a home, trim a tree, that's the right time of the year.
We go exactly. We also do July 4th because we always love your. Now, how do you get that stuff for $1? Given the fact that a lot of it seems like it's from China, we're gonna have sourcing problems. Family Dollar or Dollar Tree. I know that Family Dollar gets a lot of stuff from China.
Well, we do about double at Dollar Tree as we do at Family Dollar from around the world. It's not just all China, but clearly the biggest part is from China at Dollar Tree. 40% is coming from Asia. 40%, 50% is domestic. People forget that sometimes. So we've worked real hard on the tariff piece, knowing that 10% is in place. We're expecting 25% to come beginning of January. And credit to our merchants who have worked around this.
Well, doesn't it have to hurt your margins if you try to keep things at $1?
Well, you know, you would think so. When oil was $150 a barrel years back, that affects it. We've always been a company that we can control our margin. If you look at our history, pretty tight band of gross margins.
And that's not good. You don't think that's going to change, right?
We have it. Our merchants work very hard to say either change the product, change the equation of what we make it with, or change the country now with the China tariff.
And there are the countries that can make these things, right?
Maybe not always at the scale we can. Listen, we're going to work real hard. The tariff is a real issue for every retailer. You're not going to be able to pick up a supply chain and move it very quickly. But we can make selection on products where we do buy it from and how we make it.
And it can over time if you have enough time.
Certainly, we've always thought over time we can.
Now, one thing that seemed, you guys are so transparent, it's incredible. You right up point, lack of truck drivers. What can you do about that?
I'm not sure. We could start a truck driving school, but really, Jim, until everything I read says until we get to the mid part of 2019, it's a real issue for the industry. We make it up by being as productive as we can in our distribution centers, in our stores, everywhere else we operate our company. But it's a real issue for domestic supplies of truck drivers.
But is it possible that 2019 could be better, both for the China source and for truck drivers? Is there any reason to be pessimistic about either of those?
We're retailers by trade. We're optimists.
Absolutely. Now, comparison Walmart, comparison Amazon on pricing.
We're at $1. It's pretty simple.
And sometimes they would take a beating if they go in your world. And how do you get, I mean, first of all, how do you get you brought them? I mean, some of these brands are my generation brands. You do have a bit of nostalgia and treasure hunt in Dollar Tree.
It's the thrill of the hunt. It's something for everybody. It's what your generation, mine, might remember growing up as kids.
Yes.
But it's also the kids that come through with that dollar in their hand and think about, my gosh, I can buy anything in the store.
Well, I think that people who are trying to figure out the stock should go to the store, because the stores, particularly go during the season, get the balloons. That's what we like to do. On any birthday, we go. One last thing we got to clear up. I happen to be a huge consumer of your sunglasses, which I used to wear Ray-Bans. That was exorbitant. These look exactly the same, and when I lose them, I don't want to shoot myself. David Faber this morning suggested that perhaps my lenses on my Dollar Tree sunglasses weren't up to snuff. Any truth?
I heard that, and I'll leave it up to you, but David is wrong. They do pass all testing on UV blockage.
And you are able to get them for $1. How is that possible? What do you get them for, 59 cents? How do you get them?
We work really hard. That's part of the magic at Dollar Tree.
Well, it is magical, as Pop would have told you. That was his favorite thing to do on Saturdays. Hey, let's go give them a beating, is what he said. But it sounds like you did okay, too.
We did.
Okay. That's Gary Philbin, President and CEO of Dollar Tree. And it's back. And I think it never really left, but they had to redo those stores. And when they do, it's going to be terrific for the whole multi-year plan. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.